Greetings, my friend, my fellow traveler walking with me on the far side of life's hill. Have you ever in the late afternoons, when the sunlight has faded on the porch, sat alone with a cup of tea gone cold, and suddenly felt a vague emptiness creep into your heart? That feeling, it is not noisy or intense like the sadness of youth, but quiet and persistent like autumn mist. You look back at the long road you've traveled, see your children grown and flown far away, see the bustle of career and fame receding behind you, and wonder, in the end, what did it all mean? If you are feeling this way, please be at peace, for you are not alone. It is not a sign of weakness, but the call of a soul awakening, after a long, exhausting slumber of making a living. Reaching this age, we are like a river that has flowed over every rapid, now drifting slowly toward the great ocean. And it is precisely in this stillness that profound truths about life begin to emerge. Things that when we were young we could never believe, no matter who told us. The first thing we perhaps feel most deeply is the meaninglessness of masks. Do you remember how many years we spent trying to please others? We strained ourselves to play the role of the diligent employee, the perfect parent. We were afraid of being judged, afraid of not being recognized. But now, with hair touched by frost, we suddenly realize that most people didn't actually care about us as much as we thought. They were too busy with their own roles. And the price of wearing a mask for too long is forgetting what our true faces look like. Now, the greatest liberation is to live authentically. We no longer need to prove our wealth, talent, or happiness to anyone. We allow ourselves to be weak when tired, to refuse gatherings that no longer suit us, to wear comfortable old clothes instead of luxurious but constraining outfits. The courage to be oneself, though late, brings an indescribable peace. And then we also realize another truth about relationships. In the past, we thought having many friends was good, that crowded parties were success. But after passing through life's storms, when we lie sick or face adversity, that list of hundreds of contacts shrinks to fit on one hand. We realize how much more valuable quality is than quantity. An old friend who can sit silently with us all afternoon, understanding us without words, is more precious than thousands of social pleasantries online. Loneliness, it turns out, is not as scary as being in a crowd yet still feeling lost. The older we get, the more we understand the paradox of possession. In youth, we thought accumulating more meant more security. Now those big houses feel too vast and empty when the children no longer live there. We suddenly realize that the more we possess, the more those objects possess us. True serenity comes from simplicity. We understand that the lighter the baggage for the final leg of life's journey, the more leisurely the walk. Perhaps the hardest yet most beautiful lesson old age brings is learning to befriend solitude. Do not confuse solitude with loneliness. Loneliness is being abandoned, whereas solitude is an active choice. It is those moments when we can completely face ourselves undistracted by outside noise. In that silence, we hear our inner voice clearer than ever. We begin to find joy in simple things, watching a flower bloom, listening to rain. Solitude is no longer a scary monster, but becomes a wise teacher. We also learn how to forgive, not just others, but more importantly, ourselves. Forgiving the mistakes of youth, the missed opportunities, the clumsy words. Because if we keep holding on to the heavy stones of regret, the one most burdened is ourselves. Letting go means accepting that everything happened as it needed to happen, for us to gain the lessons we have today. Life, after all, is like the four seasons of heaven and earth. Youth is vibrant spring, middle age is fiery summer, and old age is gentle autumn. Autumn has its own deep beauty, the beauty of gently letting go like golden leaves. Do not regret the passing spring. Enjoy fully the beauty of the autumn you now have. My dear friend, the journey ahead may still have challenges of declining health, but believe that with a soul tempered through storms, you have enough serenity to accept it all. Live these days fully savoring every drop of the sweet honey of peace you have sought your whole life. If these lines bring you warmth, please leave a gentle like as a handshake between old friends. And subscribe so we can continue sharing stories of our twilight years. Stay seated a little longer, my friend. The tea may have gone completely cold, but our story seems to have only touched the outer layer. When we talk about letting go, it sounds gentle, but some things are deeply rooted. It is the burden of time. Entering this age, we have a habit that is both a sedative and an addictive drug, looking back at the past. We spend hours flipping through mental photo albums, remembering vibrant youth and departed friends. That nostalgia is beautiful, yes, but it carries an invisible trap. When you return to reality from those golden memories, the present feels emptier and gloomier. We unintentionally paint the days gone by in rose colors and turn the days we are living gray. The truth is, the past is dead. Living there forever is like trying to keep warm with a pile of ashes that has long since gone cold. And often accompanying nostalgia is its twin brother, regret. How many nights have you lost sleep over what-if questions? Those what-ifs are heavy, invisible chains preventing us from walking peacefully forward. But my friend, the you of today was forged from all the rights and wrongs of yesterday. Without past pains, how could you understand the value of these present peaceful moments? Every broken piece of the past is an indispensable part of your complete life picture. Therefore, learning to make peace with time is the next big lesson. Making peace means viewing those memories as a detached observer. Imagine you are on a riverbank and memories are leaves floating by. You see them, acknowledge them, but you don't jump into the river to scoop them up. When you do that, a miracle happens. You begin to truly be here right now. You will see that old age is not just loss, it is distillation. Like a tree shedding leaves in winter, drawing life sap inward to nourish the roots. Our exterior may be shedding leaves, but inside the sap of wisdom flows strongly. You can see the struggles of others and no longer want to participate, because you have understood the meaninglessness of those battles. That is the gift of old age, a superpower, the ability to see through illusions. In the past, we viewed everything through the lens of the ego, but now that ego begins to fade. You start to see the great connection of all things. You realize you are not a separate individual, but a part of this endless flow. When the small ego recedes, you have tremendous freedom from praise or criticism. You smile at achievements without jealousy because you know you chose a different path. This clear vision also helps you face the fear of death. At this age, death becomes a silent companion. We realize it is as natural as day and night. Precisely because our time is limited, every present moment becomes so precious. And from that acceptance, a new need arises. The need for spirituality, the longing to connect with the eternal, the source from which we came and will return to. This gives us the answer to the question, who am I? It was always right there in our hearts. We begin to understand that home is a state of mind. That spiritual home is built not with mortar but with attention. When young, we often lived in a state of running away from the present. Now, when forced to slow down, it is a wonderful opportunity to learn how to return home. When you brew tea, put your mind into every action, the sound of water, the fragrance of leaves. Drink with all your senses. In that moment, there is no past, no future, only anxiety-free presence. The more you practice this, the more you will see your life bloom in the simplest things. And your relationship with your descendants will also change. You become a peaceful harbor where they want to return when tired from society. Your empathy now is more precious than any moral lesson. You become a lovable elder, a great old tree. You are playing a new important role, the firekeeper, passing on spiritual values through your own composed, carefree demeanor. That spiritual legacy is truly the most precious asset we leave behind. Our descendants might forget our words, but they will never forget the feeling of peace beside us. Life is a long journey, and we are taking the final steps to complete our circle. Do not be afraid. Just keep walking with an open heart, welcoming everything like a child. Because the end we often fear might actually be a new beginning, more beautiful than we can imagine. Thank you for sitting here, sharing this intimate pot of tea with me until the last drop. Wishing you a life of peace.